Welcome inside the Lion's Den. My name is Darren Stevenson, and we're pleased to be with you from Jacob Hespler for our second episode here on the Lion's Den show. If you missed our debut episode a couple of weeks ago, you can find that on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/519sportsonline. Just click on the OPFL playlist. Our goal is simple here for the Lion's Den show. We will have features, we will have previews, and we will have highlights of the Lions games over the course of the season, and we will be with you every week the Lions play a home game, and that includes this week. On Friday night, the junior varsity team will hit the field here at Jacob Hespler. Then on Saturday, it's a doubleheader with the Bantam team as well as the senior varsity team. All right, enough with the preamble. The junior varsity Lions had a terrific comeback win last Saturday in Kingston against the Junior Gales. They were trailing 13-3 at the half, but things changed in the second half. Let's take a look at those highlights. First half, the Junior Gales punting it away from deep in their own end. Callum Carter on the return for the Lions, and he gets it down to the 28-yard line. Cambridge would drive down the field, and it's Jensen Button from 17 yards out. He splits the uprights, and the Lions are on the board. Button with a field goal. Later, the Junior Gales in the red zone, and they punch it in on a QB keeper. Kingston with a 13-3 lead at the half. To the second half, and the Lions going to the ground. This is Jeremiah Ferguson finding a lane, finding some daylight, and he goes 86 yards to the end zone. But the TD is called back because of a holding penalty. However, on the very next play, it's another run, this time Eric Laffin taking the handoff, and he is off to the races. Hey Eric, why don't you go ahead and score? Laffin flying down the field, 96 yards for a major. No holding penalty this time. Laffin with a massive run. Cambridge is now down 13-10, and their offense finding a groove in the second half. Ethan Eveleigh fires deep. Great catch by Spencer Speakman on the far sideline. Then it's Eveleigh with a nice pass over the middle. Jeremiah Ferguson with the reception and a first down. Cambridge driving, looking for the lead. Here is Eveleigh rolling to his left, looking for an open man. Jack Peterson, the catch for a touchdown. That's a 25-yard passing play, and the Lions are on top. It's 17-13. Kingston looking to respond. This pass is complete, but it's a fumble. Nathan Marsh recovers for the Lions, and he runs it almost to midfield. The Lions roaring back in the second half, and they pick up their first win of the OPFL season. 17-13 is the final on Saturday afternoon. What a terrific win for the junior varsity Lions last Saturday in Kingston. And what can you say about that play by running back Eric Laffin? It's one of those plays that you can watch over and over and over. So let's do that. Let's roll the video and take one more look at this 96-yard touchdown run by Eric Laffin. And the best part of this video, look at the sidelines. The players are jumping up and down. They were so excited. That was their first touchdown of the year. Now, earlier this week at practice, everyone was still buzzing about that touchdown. Here is Eric Laffin describing the play as he scores the first major of the season for the junior varsity Lions.
It was surreal. It was nothing like I've ever experienced. I think it was my longest run yet. And it was back-to-back touchdown plays, essentially. Unfortunately, one of them got called back. But the play call was right, so I took the handoff and I go and I see it was a perfect hole. O-line blocked perfectly, beautifully on this play. And then the receivers, they all started blocking their man, and I just seen a hole open up on the left side, and I just took it and found the lane and came out with a touchdown.
He's very versatile. I mean, he's a very good downhill runner. Like, he could drop a shoulder if he needs to. He can also make very quick cuts when needed. So it's very good to have him on the team.
It was huge, and our team, I mean, you can see on the sideline from the tape, our team absolutely exploded, and I think that's when we knew we were going to win that football game.
Ready? Let's go, Srat.
Ethan Eveleigh was also a key contributor in last Saturday's victory for the Lions. He stepped in as the quarterback for the second half and made some huge plays both on the ground and in the air. It was Eveleigh's first ever appearance as a QB with the Lions. He played wide receiver all of last year and for the first 3 games this season. But now he is QB1 and will lead the offense for the rest of the season.
Well, we didn't get down on each other. You know, we came out at halftime, like right out of the gates, we scored the 90-yard touchdown. And from there, we just kept it going, we got the rhythm going. We were able to score some points, and the defense played great.
I looked at him at halftime, and I looked at him and I said, dude, you're one of our best athletes. You're one of the best athletes in the province. Go out there and win this football game, and that's what he did. I mean, there was a play, I think it was about 2nd and 3, and, you know, we call a pass concept that had been working all day for us, and he just kept it, and he got the 3 yards. And, I mean, I knew as soon as he snapped the ball that he had no interest in passing the ball. He just wanted to get it there with his feet and make sure that the team was on his shoulders, right? And, I mean, it was awesome.
The junior varsity Lions return to action on Friday night here at Jacob Hespler, hosting the Niagara Spears. Kickoff is at 7:30. Niagara coming into the game with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses this season. Eric Krebs, the Lions JV head coach, describing the importance of Friday night's game.
It's a playoff game for us. You know what I mean? If we lose this game, you know, we have to win out pretty much to make playoffs and be that number 4 seed. But I think that you know, I think that we started off a little bit slow. I think that we're pretty young up front, so they took a little bit of a beating there, but then we're starting to figure it out, and we're moving, and we're moving in the right direction. So I'm excited about it.
Let's move to the senior varsity Lions, and their offense was firing on all cylinders last Saturday in a 48-14 victory in Kingston on the road over the Junior Gales. The run game was good. Ryan Malvaso was good at wide receiver. And joining us now here on the Lions Den is Cam Bulai to chat a little bit about the offense. He is the center on the offensive line for the Lions here. Impressive stuff, Cam. What did you see Saturday from the offense?
It was definitely a good showing. We came out a bit slow in the first half, but then really rallied together, and it really showed how much star power we have on our team and how much potential we have going through the next few games. And I think this team really improved through that tough loss in London, and we could really make a good stride through here.
You have a bird's eye view being the center, right? You've got those quarterbacks behind you that are obviously outstanding. You get to see what happens in front of you as well with the run game and with, I mentioned Malvaso there. For you, who were some of the players that you went, wow, yeah, they had a really, really great game on Saturday?
Well, Ryan didn't seem like he didn't drop a ball. Like, he was all over the place, catching everything, and that's something you don't see often. Just a guy just really in the game. All 3 quarterbacks, which you don't really see often, all 3 quarterbacks getting on the field, and they all performed really great. Defense, they're probably the best defense in the league. They do not. It's 3 and out every single time. They get on that ball. A lot of turnovers. Really puts the offense in good situations, and we can't ask for a better defense than what we have right now to get us in good field position every single time. It's crazy.
And here's the thing, if you're playing well on both sides of the ball, you know where that's going to lead, and that's going to lead to W's. But how do you sort of view the rest of the season now? That one's behind you. Everybody says we only go 1 week at a time, right? But when you look at a little bit of the big picture right now, the way the team is playing, what do you think this team can achieve, Cam?
We could achieve it all if we just really come together like we did last game. If we start off, if we could start a game off strong and really do that for the rest of the season, we could be very special. We could win it all, right? It all comes down to little things and really coming together as a group, playing as a team, and we could really make a difference this year.
Thanks for the time, Cam. We appreciate it, and good luck this week against Niagara.
Thank you.
And this segment of the Lions Den has been brought to you by Homewood Suites of Cambridge, Waterloo. Call now to learn more about their special sport rate offer at 519-651-2888. And still with the offense at quarterback, the Lions have a triple threat with Daniel Brown, Elijah Paulson, and Michael Warner recently returning to the team. Warner was down south, and all 3 pivots saw playing time on Saturday afternoon in Kingston.
Ready, you go.
Just like old times. It's been a while, and it's fun. It's great to be back.
Warner is back in Cambridge after spending the last 10 months in Georgia at Raybon Gap Nacoochee School. He played football for the Raybon Gap Eagles and says it was a great experience. Now, his focus is helping the Lions take home the OPFL title this season. Warner says there is good chemistry between himself, Daniel Brown, and Elijah Paulson. All three pivots have the potential and ability to play at the next level. Last week against Kingston, Warner had 71 passing yards as he hit the field with Cambridge for the first time this season.
We all get along well. I used to play with Daniel a couple years back on Bantam team. I trained with Elijah. Like we're all close and we all know each other and we all mesh together pretty good.
We feel like we got three kids that if they're in the ball game can help us win the game, and it's our job as an offensive coaching staff to find a way to let them all help us. The biggest thing is those three guys are all leaders. So regardless of whether the quarterback is in the game or not, even their body language at practice is huge for us. I feel like I got three assistant offensive coordinators making sure everybody else knows their job and are working hard. So all three of those kids are going to play next level football.
It's the Senior Varsity Lions hosting Niagara on Saturday night at the Jake. Game time is 7:30. Head coach Jackson Yonkis shared his pregame thoughts on facing the Spears.
They always have talented athletes. I think they're particularly deep this year. I think they're in that class this year with London, with Essex, with Burlington, with all the teams that we really strive to beat. And so yeah, it'll be a great matchup for sure.
Time now for our feature interview here on the Lions Den. We're thrilled to be joined by Owen Somerville, a homegrown Cambridge talent who recently made a decision to sign with the Laurier Golden Hawks football team. The hat looks great, Owen. Congratulations. Why was Laurier the right fit for you?
I wanted to go there academically. I'd made that decision. So when I approached Scotto a couple weeks ago about playing for them, he said it would be a fit, and we found a match there. So I think it just all came together. And it was where I wanted to be and where I ended up going.
Zach Scotto, obviously the offensive line coach here with the Cambridge Lions, as well as Wilfrid Laurier. What kind of impact has he had on you over the years in developing you into the offensive lineman that you are today?
Yeah, definitely. He's had a huge impact on me. He's been my coach here for 3 years. I've learned so much from him. He's really taken me from just a football player to a real proper athlete and a proper offensive lineman.
What can you say about the Cambridge Lions program here and the effect that they've had on you, not only as a football player, but as a person? These are formative years for you, right? When you go through high school and here you are with the Cambridge Lions. You've been here for a number of years now. Obviously, it's made a huge impact and had a big influence in your life.
Yeah, definitely. I've been in Cambridge now since grade 8. I've loved playing for this team. I've played for a number of different coaches. They've all had a great experience, and I think playing football in Cambridge has been one of the best decisions I've made.
Eric Krebs, who is the junior varsity head coach, also has playing experience as a lineman, in university football. He coached you as well for, the years that you were in junior varsity. Can you speak to him and just, what he means to you?
Yeah, definitely. He was a big influence actually on me going to university. He's one of the first coaches that actually brought up the idea of even playing university football to me. Until that point, it wasn't really a consideration of mine, but he was one of the first coaches that really brought it up as a possibility.
What message would you have for young football players who watch this and maybe they're younger, maybe they're in grade 9 and 10, and maybe they have goals and dreams like you did back then of playing at the next level in OUA football or different university football across the country? You've worked hard, you've put in your time, and now you're being rewarded for that. Can you speak to those young players and what your message would be, Owen?
Yeah, I think it's definitely about perseverance. I think, back when I started in Bantam Lions, I was a third stringer on the O-line, and, now I've surpassed a lot of the other people that were ahead of me back then. So I think, if you stay dedicated, you stick with the game, hit the weight room, trust your coaches, and I think everything works out in the end.
Congratulations, my friend. Well done going to Laurier. We'll all be cheering for you with the Golden Hawks next year.
Thank you very much.
That is Owen Somerville. We also had an opportunity to catch up with his new head coach this coming fall, Michael Faulds, to get his thoughts on Owen committing to Laurier. Here is Michael Faulds.
We love Owen Somerville. Obviously, he's a local offensive lineman. He's well coached with our connections to the Cambridge Lions. And ultimately, you just can't pass up on big bodies like him. So he's a local player that we're excited to add to this recruiting class. The Cambridge Lions really does now have a pipeline to the Laurier Golden Hawks. So it starts first with Coach Yonkis and Coach Scotto and Coach Roush, all of our coaches that are there. And it's just a great relationship. We have so many Cambridge Lions players from the past, the Bryce Bells, the Alex Pagozos, all of those guys, and now you see it more and more every year. New Cambridge Lions players wanting to wear the purple and gold.
He came to me as a grade 11 in varsity, and he didn't play a lot that year, and he took that with stride. He learned a lot. He had a really good approach to his game at that point. He's really battled. He's been one of the guys that's messaged me constantly that, is this what this play needs to look like? You said this on film. Is this what you're looking for? To the point that I've had some of the conversations with him, like, you don't need to message me that anymore. You know what you're doing. So we've had some of those conversations, but he continues to keep pushing and develop.
The Lions Bantam team is enjoying success right now with 3 wins in their first 4 games, and they continue to roll on Sunday night with a shutout victory on the road. The Bantam Lions defeated the Vaughan Rebels by a score of 26-0. Bantam head coach Stephen Paul says it has been a total team effort so far this season, but 2 players have really stood out, Jesse Jansen and Logan Abdul Kareem.
Lions, L-I-O-N-S, Lions, Lions, Lions.
Our team is about team, so they've stood out a little bit, but with all the work that the other kids are doing, it's allowing those 2 kids to shine right now.
This duo have been difference makers for the Cambridge Lions Bantam team in the first half of the OPFL season. Jesse Jansen and Logan Abdul Kareem, key contributors to the Lions' 3-1 record.
I try to get everyone fired up, try to make everyone be the best they can, because I know every kid out here on this team has the potential of being great.
Jansen plays on both sides of the ball. He is a running back who is averaging over 90 yards per game on the ground. Jansen is also playing linebacker with 13 tackles and 1 sack this season.
When I get the chance to go out there, I try to prove that I should be out there and I should be playing running back for this team. So I go out there, I do my personal best.
His linebacker attitude, and when we put him on offense, he runs with just a super aggression. So we really just spell him on defense and let him run the ball, and he's done a great job.
Logan Abdul Kareem has been a force on the Lions defense, leading the team with 25 total tackles. This is his first year playing football with the Lions, and he likes the family atmosphere around the team.
It's a lot of fun because when I put on these jerseys, I feel like I'm united. These people are like my brothers, so going out there is a special feeling. I'm feeling comfortable. My brothers are doing what they're supposed to do, allowing me to get my stats. I'm allowing them to get their stats. We're doing our thing, so that's what I feel like we do.
He's got great speed. He's a little bit quieter as a defensive guy, but he flies all around the field. You see him, if there's a tackle being made, you see him around the football.
The Bantam Lions will hit the field on Saturday afternoon at 4:30 here at Jacob Hespler, and they will face a winless Niagara team. The Spears are 0-3. Stephen Paul now with his pregame thoughts.
They've always come with size, usually talented team. I know they've struggled a little bit out of the gate. They also had a bye the first week, so that really, I think, kind of set them back a little bit compared to the other teams that were able to play the first week. So I expect a lot of passing and a lot of size from Niagara coming in.
It should be a great weekend full of football here at Jacob Hespler. And once again, here is a look at the schedule. It all gets rolling on Friday night when the junior varsity Lions hit the field at 7:30 facing Niagara. All 3 teams will face the Niagara Spears this weekend, including the Bantams, who get going at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. Then it is the varsity Lions at 7:30. We would love to see you out here watching some exciting OPFL football. And that is our show for this week. Thank you for joining us here on the Lions Den. My name is Darren Stevenson, and we will see you soon on 519 Sports Online. For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.